Hi everybody, today I'm making a vegetable stir fry with some Mediterranean meat. So I'm starting off by cutting the eggplant into bite-sized pieces, and I'm making sure that when I buy the eggplant that it's not a soft one but it's a firm one so that there's not too much water in the veggie. This is a rather quick and simple dish, but also very yummy, very light. So this is perfect for a day where you are at work, coming home pretty late, and you just want to have something nice and yummy on the table within 20 minutes. So I'm also cutting up the zucchini in bite-sized pieces. And by the way, while I do that, I do have my oven preheated at 200 degrees Celsius. If you have air ventilation in the oven, go for 180 only. Next thing up, I'm slicing the celery into very, very small pieces because it has a very strong taste and you don't want to have too much of that on your fork in one go. After that, I'm deseeding and now cutting the red bell pepper, and this is Turkish red bell pepper. You can see on the shape that it's not the traditional one. This is way more tasteful and intensive, but it's not hot. It's just less watery as the normal round bell pepper, you know? So if you can get a hold of those, it's way better. If you can't, well, then go for the red normal ones, that's fine too. This is pretty much the main ingredient of the dish, and it's a Turkish dish, by the way. So I'm staying in the Mediterranean theme for this recipe today, and I really like it in springtime because it's a transition from those like heavy stews and whatnot that you have in winter, and it's already like a teaser for spring and summer food, you know. Next up, I'm having 4 tomatoes that I'm just cutting in half, and then taking my long-handled tablespoon, and then I'm just taking off all the inner parts, the seeds, and the most watery thing of the tomato. And after that, I'm getting rid of the green stem part and cutting the tomato into bite-sized chunks as well. I also make sure that I take firm tomatoes, so I don't know what they are called in English, but I think Roma tomatoes, I don't know. They're just these smaller ones. They don't have as much water, but a lot of flavor. So if you can use those, go for it. The more flavor, the better, you know? So now that that is done, I can go for my second bowl. I'm always separating things on the when I'm going to use it. So I'm cutting the leek in half and then in slices, because this goes into the pan later first. Also, I'm peeling the garlic and slicing it finely too. And last but not least, I'm peeling an onion and I'm cutting those in pieces as well. If you prefer really, really fine diced onions, go for it. But I like the halving and then slicing kind of size. But then again, I do like onion and I don't mind the texture in the dish in the end. So in this roasting tray here, I'm excuse me, I'm adding a bit of olive oil, and then I prepare the meat. Now, if you can get a hold of pork loin, that would work very well too. Otherwise, any white meat, rabbit, turkey, chicken, as I do here, in chunks that would bake in 15 minutes, go for it. And I'm just wrapping it in one rasher of Serrano ham, and then I'm seasoning it with salt and a bit of cayenne pepper and a tiny bit of dried oregano. That's all. very Mediterranean taste. And then it goes into the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how thick your meat is. And meanwhile, I'm melting 50 grams to 80 grams of butter in my pan. It depends on how much vegetables you actually have. It says 100 grams of aubergines, eggplants, zucchini, and leek, so that you have equal portions. But if you have 200 of everything, that's fine too, but you gotta add a bit more butter than just because you have way more in your pan. So I'm sweating off the leek, onion, and garlic for about 3 to 4 minutes on high speed. High heat, that is, but it's also very fast, right? And once that's done, it's steaming a lot, and it's also already smells lovely in the kitchen. I'm adding all of the rest of the veggies and giving that a stir too, and letting it sit on the oven and get lovely for about 10 minutes while the veggies cook. I'm adding a bit of salt to the dish. Just a tiny bit, because the serrano and everything is quite salty. Also some paprika. Have as much as you like. For anything from a teaspoon to maybe 2 or 3, depending on how much you want to have that flavor. And then I'm adding normal pepper, which, as you know by now, if you watched more than one of the videos here, my husband and I like a lot, so I'm adding a bit more than salt or paprika there. So I'm just letting it cook and get lovely and yummy, and after 10 minutes, I'm going on with the next step. You can see that I'm not stirring like all the time, but frequently I give the dish a very good stir, just to not have anything stick to the bottom. So once the 10 minutes are over, I'm making 4 little spots in the pan, and then I'm cracking an egg into each of those little holes there. And with the lid on, I am going to let that sit on the stove with a low to medium heat for as long until the eggs are lovely and done. And that is already the dish. After that, it's only plating up and enjoying. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Give it a try. It's very simple, and again, a perfect dish after work where you don't have the time or are not in the mood to stand in the kitchen for more than an hour, you know. So please like and or share this video if you feel that other people should see that too. Otherwise, I thank you very much for watching. Why not subscribe to the channel, by the way, if you haven't already. I got lots of art videos, cooking videos, and board game videos for you every day of the week. I thank you very much. Have a very good day, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.